Well, well, look who it is. Greetings, friend. Come to see old Derek at the market, have you? I'm just getting myself plenty of provisions for my next job, hunting giant scorpions in the desert. So I'll need lots of water, something to keep the sand out of me eyes, and an offering. There's a blue dragon in that area, and I'd rather not fight her if I can avoid it. So you want to know about blue dragons now? Well, suppose I have time. So listen closely to old Derek. Blue dragons live in deserts or other arid climates, and they cover a large territory, meaning it will take a while before you see any sign of them. Don't waste your time looking for tracks. Blue dragons prefer to get around by flying. In fact, they're the best flyers out of all the chromatic dragons. They could stay on the wing for days, weeks even. Makes them a right pain in the ass to track down. But you'll know it when you see it. See, blue dragons have an extra large wingspan, easy to spot from below. And they have long, flat tails like a crocodile. And one great big horn right at the end of their schnoz, like a rhino. But this horn always has two tips, one in front and one in the back. That's the big tell. If you see a blue dragon on the wing, don't attack. Even if you've got magic or arrows, or even if you can fly somehow. Blue dragons know they have the advantage in the air, and they don't come down unless something makes them come down. They'll soar high about you, swoop down, blast you with their breath weapon, and fly out of range again. Or they'll pick you up and drop you from 100 feet in the air. If you prove too troublesome, they'll just fly away till they lose you. It's a right pain, so don't attack it in the open. Follow it till it lands. May take days, so bring a horse, and plenty of gear to survive in the desert. You need to keep following it, because its lair is hidden underground. Aye, that's right. Not only are they great flyers, they burrow like moles. Now their lair can cover a large swath of territory, so be prepared for a long expedition underground as well. Oh, and be careful where you step. Blue dragons like to trap the sands near their entrances by digging sinkholes that just need a wee bit of pressure to set them off. Find someone who can read the sands, unless you feel like being buried alive. You'll know you're close to a blue dragon's lair when a sandstorm whips up from nowhere and doesn't leave. Then, the dragon's lair is less than a mile away. Bring a long rope and climbing equipment. The entrance to a blue dragon's lair is a large cavern that usually goes straight down. You'll know you found the right desert cave when you notice the glass and hewn stone. The stone comes from the dragon's magic. Blue dragons are great at using magic to manipulate the earth. Careful now, they'll use this to trap you under rocks and mud. Not being able to trust the ground you walk on is a real pickle, so tread carefully and find someone who can detect magic in the earth. The glass, on the other hand, comes from the dragon's breath weapon. No, they ain't fire breathers. They breathe a torrent of lightning. They're like living, breathing storms, but far smarter and far more destructive. So take something to protect yourself from lightning. Oh, and did I mention they're masters of the illusionary terrain spell? That's the right face to make. They'll trick you with a mirage that looks like an oasis, but it's actually a deadly trap. Or get you so lost that you wander the desert for days till you die of thirst. And the blue bastards are right stubborn. They don't give up easy. If you got a blue dragon up against you, oh, they're committed. They'll harass you and attack you for months before they let up. Don't worry, old Derek's got his own trick for taking them down. Fighting them in their lair is the best thing to do, because they can't fly away when they're underground. Buy yourself a trinket that can see through illusions, and get yourself a scroll, or a wizard that can cast earth magic. And bombs. Bombs are great. They lure the dragon out into its own traps, if you set them off with the bombs. They make for great distractions, and they're great for destroying the lair or causing some chaos. See, blue dragons might be, well, evil dragons by nature, but they're quite orderly creatures. Their lairs are always really neat and clean. Bombs make a big mess. So, make a mess. You'll lure the dragon out, you might piss it off, but either way, you're over step 1 now. When the fight starts good and proper, take out the wings first. That's the best thing to do. You can't let the dragon fly away or you'll never catch it. And, as far as magic is concerned, anything to protect from its breath weapon, and anything to mess with its sense of smell. Oh, and you could always lure the blue dragon into a trap. Blue dragons love to think of themselves as geniuses of combat. They love to make large, sweeping, dramatic moves that make them seem like military geniuses. If you can set up a trap that plays to their pride, I'd say go for it. Or you can do what I'm doing, and have this be your backup plan. This here is a collection of scrolls that can make small rainstorms. The bundle cost me about 500 gold. Not to mention this perfectly cut sapphire. You see, blue dragons have mighty high standards when it comes to their hoards. They only take the cream of the crop. Since I'll be in blue dragon territory, I have to pick the right items to appease her. But she is still a blue one, and no surprise they love blue gems, and anything that can create weather effects. Point is, the offering has to be good. The best. Blue dragons will feel insulted by anything less, and they'll eat you up as punishment.
Life is best when those that live understand their place in the natural order. I am the dragon. You are nothing. I can see you understand this. Good. Then you understand that I cannot let you pass through my territory without the proper offering. Your finest works of art and your most precious gems, and I will let you pass through my territory unharmed. I can promise you not a single creature in this desert will harm you. Of course, if your offering does not meet my standards, I will be forced to consider you trespassers and devour you as punishment.
Aye, blue dragons are the most reasonable of the lot. They're far more willing to make an honorable deal than you might expect. And then if I learned one thing in all my years in the wilderness, the key to survival is knowing when to fight, when to run, and when to bargain. Well, I'm off now. Old Derek will talk to you next time.
Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, ring the bell, and leave a comment down below about why you think blue dragons are so interesting. Also, check out my Patreon if you want to add to the treasure hoard and get early access to all content the moment it arrives.